Hey everyone, welcome back to Hand Lab Games. Today we're going to do Night 1 of the Realm of the Dead scenario in the Shades of Tezla expansion for Mage Knight. So, we weren't able to get as much done in the first day as I had hoped because we've only got, remember, 2 days and 2 nights to do this. So we've got essentially 3 more rounds to go in order to seal 2 cemeteries and then, or 2 graveyards, and then the necropolis and kill the necromancer. So we've got to really press hard in this night, and it's going to be even more difficult because obviously the night movement takes a lot more movement points to get around. So, but we'll give it our best. Let's go through the rest of the setup so we can start the first night. All right, but first, what I need to do is there are a number of special rules for this scenario that I didn't apply in the first day. Now, how that is going to impact me in the long run, I'm not sure, but they're not going to drastically change what happened because they're really more beneficial for me. So the first thing is you start with 2 additional levels of reputation. So I'm actually up to this level now. So you essentially start with the +1 influence, and now I'm at +2 just to catch us back up. So I would have been able to spend less cards recruiting my Utem crossbowman, but I don't know if that really is going to make a big difference. The other rule to add is whenever you cross a line through gaining fame, I guess crossing a line on the fame track, you gain +1 fame, so you get an extra bonus fame essentially. So I'll just catch us up by 1. Not a game changer, I don't think, but we'll have to remember that for every subsequent level that we gain throughout. Also, and I'll point this out when we finish populating the rest of the cards or setting up, is that you have 1 additional unit in the unit offer, so that'll be pretty helpful. So we had turned these new units when we refreshed it at the end of the round, so I'll just add 1 more unit to the offer. So we got some Savage Monks. So we have a nice amount of units here, and we now have +2 influence, so it should be a little bit easier to recruit these. But these 3 are monastery recruits, and I don't have any monasteries revealed. I can get Herbalists from a village and the Utem Guardsman from a village or a keep, so these are probably the most ideal, I think. And these wouldn't be bad either, but again, we've got to get to the next level before we can even command another unit, so we'll deal with that when we get to it. So another item to do at the once you refresh for the new round is we refresh our units. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shuffle up our tactics, and I'm going to also shuffle up Wolfhawk's tactics, and then we'll get ready. Okay, let's draw up our starting hand of 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 1 with the land, determination, crushing bolt, stamina, and improvisation. See what we can do with that. Alright, so to prepare for the night, we are going to change the board to the night side, and we have to re-roll all of our source die. Another rule I didn't apply in the first day for this scenario is to add an additional die to the source. So just another way I penalized myself. But we get to re-roll all the source die. And we have a black, a red, a white, and a blue. So that'll be good. Now we've got to go ahead and pick our tactics. So I think we will probably go with, so preparation. When you take this tactic, search your deck for any 1 card and put it in your hand. You know what, I'll go with mana search, I think. So mana search, once per night, before you use mana from the source, well, once per turn rather, before you use mana from the source, you may re-roll up to 2 mana die in the source. When choosing dice to re-roll, you must pick gold dice first, if there are any. So we'll go with this one. And we'll pick a random. We'll shuffle these up, pick a random one for Wolfhawk, and see how we're going to handle the turn order this round. So she chose preparation. I've got mana search. I go first. So that'll be good. We'll set the turn order here. and go from there. Okay, I think what we're going to do, instead of exploring this next tile, we have a decent hand. I think we can be a little creative here to assault this keep. So, but what I do need to do first is I'm going to have to cast Thunderstorm. So this is the skill I gained from my last level, where I can gain a green or a blue and a green or a white. So I'm going to take a blue and a green. This could be used once per round, so that's it for the night. That's all I can use it for, right? But with that, I'm going to gain a green and a blue mana token, right? So I've got those to use. And I also have one red crystal in my inventory. So that's the mana pool I've got to work with. Now there are some mana that I can use in the source as well, so I may not want to use this just yet. So we'll see. But for starters, I've got to get into this space, right? So it's on a hill. It's going to cost me 3 movement. So I do have a move card, and I'm going to use stamina, and I'm going to need to boost it, right? So I will take the blue mana from the source and move force. That'll get me in to the keep for the assault, right? Now remember, I'm going to lose 1 reputation for assaulting the keep plus another reputation for fighting these heroes, right? So I'm going to go down 2 rungs on the reputation bar, and that's fine because I'm pretty high on it anyway. But now, remember, she's doubly fortified, so I can't siege attack her. And I've got to take 2 separate attacks, 1 of 5 and 1 of 3. So I've got to block a 3 and a 5 right now. So I think I'll block the... what do I want to do? I could definitely block both. So I'm going to use improvisation, and I don't need to charge it because that's going to do block 3. So I'm going to use that for the 3. But I do have to discard a card, so I'll get rid of Crushing Bolt as much as that hurts. So that's going to block the 3. I do have to block the 5 as well, and I can use Determination and charge it with this blue crystal. So that's going to knock out... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that because I need this for attack. I'm going to do 1 with the land, and if I charge it with the green, that means I can block equal to the unmodified move cost of the space I'm on. And the space I'm on is 3. Right? So I can't do that, it's not enough. So what I'm going to have to do is, let's take that back. I'm going to play improvisation, but I'm going to have to charge it with the red crystal I have. And I'll discard this card, and that'll give me block 5, right? So that's the 5. Then we'll use 1 with the land, charged with the green for the block 3. So we've blocked both of the heroes' attacks coming in, and now I need to do 4 damage. So I'm going to use Determination uncharged, right, and just get an attack 2. It's obviously not enough to kill the heroes, but I'm going to use this Vial of Toxin, which will give me plus 3 attack, and I'm going to use it, and now it's discarded. It's gone for the game. And that's going to bring my attack up to 5, so that will kill. That will kill these heroes, and I will take the keep and gain 5 fame for these. So remember, I'm going to lose 1 rep for assaulting the keep and another rep for assaulting these heroes. But I'm going to gain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and because we passed a line on the level track, we're going to get 1 additional fame. So we are going to get to level at the end of this turn, and that'll allow us to control another unit, which is going to be very important, I think. Okay, so to identify that this is my keep now, I'm going to put 1 of my shield tokens here. And as long as I'm within the space of the keep, I will get +1 to my hand size for the next turn, which is going to be nice. So all this mana is going to be used up. The tokens I got for my Thunderstorm skill are tokens, so they're anything unused goes away. It's gone now, so I don't get to put that in my inventory. So now I've got no more mana in my inventory. These all go to the discard. I played my entire hand. I'm going to have to re-roll this die for the source. So let's see what we get. So we got a white mana. And we'll put this in the source. So now in the source we've got 2 whites, a red, and a black. And that black really, the only benefit it is if I have a spell. And I do not. So let's go to the dummy player's turn. Actually, you know what? Let's it's the end of our turn. Let's level up. So we'll put all these in our discard pile. And I'm actually gonna scooch over a bit because we need to make room for our extra unit now. So we've got our crossbowmen who have yet to be used, which is good. So now we take our other token, flip it, and now we have room for another unit to control. And now our armor went up from 2 to 3, but our hand size is still 5. So we now have the ability to recruit another unit, which I think is going to be clutch. Alright, so let's see what good old Wolfhawk is going to do this turn. White, extra 2, 2 crystals, and her turn is over. Okay, let's draw up our hand. Now remember, we're on the keep, so we get to draw 6 because of the +1 card bonus. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, so we've got Tranquility, March, Druidic Path, Swiftness, Swiftness, and Promise. And I was hoping to get some influence because we are absolutely going to do some recruiting this turn. So in the unit offer, there's only one unit that we can actually recruit from a keep, and that's our Utem Guardsmen. And not too disappointed with that because they're quite good. So I'm going to spend 1 card here, so it's going to be Influence of 2 or 4. I'm going to charge it with white mana from the source, and that's going to give me an Influence of 4. And on my Reputation track, I have a +1 bonus, so that's going to be 5, and that will get us our Utem Guardsmen for 1 card. So I think the next move is obvious. We're going to march. So I only need 2 march, or 2 movement to reveal this tile. And it looks like we've got our first objective. So this magical glade is actually a cemetery. So that's our first objective. And this first cemetery to be revealed gets 2 green tokens, right? But we've also got a roaming monster, so we draw another green, and we've got these, oh boy, so we've got these corrupted priests who look like they have a cold fire attack. They're vampiric. They've got 5 armor plus defense, which defend is another addition to the game where they can defend. If there's multiple units in that group, they will defend the first unit attacked and give them a +1 to their armor. So remember, he's going to be roaming, and all roaming monsters in this scenario have pursuit. So he's going to be chasing me down. One thing to note that I didn't do in the first video, and I'm not going to do it in this video either unless it really warrants it, is that you're supposed to put a shield token to match your player shield token for the one who actually revealed this monster, because then that monster is going to pursue that particular player. In a multiplayer game, that makes sense. But in a solitaire game, I really don't need to identify that monster as, you know, coming after me and pursuing me, because I know he's after me. I'm the only one he can technically chase down anyway. So, I'm going to skip that. But let's think about what we're going to do here. So I don't think there's really much I can do with what I've got in hand. I got a whole lot of movement cards. I don't really have any mana. I've already used mana from the source this turn, so I'm just going to go ahead and do a lot of movement. So I've got 2, 4, 6 movement. We're going to go 2, 4, 6, and we're going to stop in the village. I don't have enough movement for this reveal, but I think I'm going to use Tranquility to draw a card and hopefully pull some movement. So no, I get Crystallize. So I'm going to hold on to that for the next turn, and we're going to end our turn here. So what that's going to do, though, is these guys are going to move a step closer to us, to the most direct unoccupied space. So they're right up on me, and I don't think water affects the movements of monsters. So we're going to let it ride. But I'm out of range of my tower now, so I'm not going to be able to get that extra card draw at the beginning of my next turn. But at least hopefully we'll draw enough attack to be able to hit these guys from a distance. So let's see how that turns out. Alright, so I will discard all those cards I used. I have one left in my hand, so I'll draw up to 5. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we'll see what we can do. What do we have? Threaten, so we get more influence, mana draw, rage, concentration, which I wish I had that earlier, and crystallize. So that'll be our hand for next turn. On to the Mighty Wolfhawk. 1, 2, and 3. She pulls a red, so she's not doing anything else. Ends her turn. Back to me. Oh, I also had the source die I used last turn. I hadn't re-rolled it yet, so I rolled another black. So we have a white, a red, and 2 blacks in the source, just for reference. Alright, since I haven't technically started my turn yet, I don't have enough cards, or at least enough attack here, to do much of anything to this guy. So, since I'm on a village and I haven't started my turn, so between turns I can plunder this village and draw 2 cards and take a reputation hit. So, I'm going to take the rep hit, and I'm going to draw 2 cards. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to plunder before I start. So we'll take the rep hit. Now I've got no more influence bonus. And I'm going to draw 2 cards. I've only got 1 left, but it's another attack, another rage. Alright, so this is going to be interesting. Alright, let's see what we can do. Okay, so as much as I'd love to attack this cemetery right now, I've got to deal with these necromancers, so I don't have any range, so I'm going to have to let them attack me. And that's going to be rough. So, so I'm going to let them attack, but I'm going to let the Utem crossbowmen take the hit. Now, we can't block this because I'm inefficient against coldfire. I don't have any coldfire blocks. So, otherwise we would need a block of 8. But we're going to take the full 4 damage to our armor. And the Utem crossbowmen have 4 armor, but they're going to take a wound. So we're going to have to heal them later. But I'm fine with that. I'll let them take the hit because that's why I've got them. So I'm going to put a wound on those guys, and that reduces his attack to 0. So his attack is done. Now it's my attack. So I need to do 5 damage to him. And what I think I'm going to do is play mana draw. And what I'm going to do is play mana draw, and I'm going to charge it with white mana, right? And that's going to let me take a mana die from the source and set it to whatever color I want, except for gold. So I'm going to set this to, I think I'll set it to, what do I want? I'm going to have to set it, unfortunately this is kind of not what I wanted to do because I need, interesting. So I had white. Yeah, this is tough. This is not really, I'm going to need green. I absolutely have to go green here. Nothing wrong with going green. So I am, yeah, I guess I can go green. Why not? Let's do it. So we'll go green. That means I'm going to get 2 green mana tokens now from this. And what that's going to do, and I'm going to put this green one back on the source, is play concentration charged, and that's going to allow me to play the stronger effect of another card with +2. So I'm going to play rage, which is attack 4, +2 is attack 6. So that'll kill these necromancers. So I'm going to get 3 fame, and actually he needed 6. So let me explain what happened here. He did a wound to my unit. Because he's vampiric, his armor goes up 1 for every wound he deals, right? So his armor went up to 6. I just played 4 charged +2, so that's 6. That was enough to kill him. That's why I needed to double charge. Well, I needed to play the concentration in order for that to go through without having to play another attack card. So that was enough to do him in. So 3 fame and 1 faction token. Remember, it's a rampaging enemy, so we go up 1. 1, 2, 3 fame. Not enough to get us to the next level, but we're close. We get to draw a faction token. So we have, alright, so we grabbed another vial of toxins. Perfect. Alright, so we will take him off the board. Get him to our little victory pile. All this mana. I've got 1 more green I haven't used yet. I do have more options here, so this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to me get these out of the way. We're not going to re-roll the die yet because we're not done going. Remember, I've got one more green token I could use, but I don't think I'm going to need it, so it doesn't matter. But what I'm going to do is... Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Crystallize, and because I had that green mana, I'm going to play this, and when you play this, also pay 1 mana of a basic color and gain a crystal that in your inventory. So basically I crystallize this token, it's going to go in my inventory so I can have a green one for my subsequent turns. I've got 2 more cards left, and I think the best option here would be to play them sideways to explore. And we might as well hit this and see what we have. Alright, wow. So, I don't know if this is good or bad. Oh my god. So, let's see what this thing revealed. Oof. Okay, so in this scenario, the green city is actually a friendly city, so there's nothing we need to fight there, thankfully. But it's also not the necropolis, so we still have to hunt for that. But we found a second cemetery, or second graveyard. So we're going to have to deal that, and that gets a green and a brown token for the second cemetery. And we've got 2 more rampaging monsters, which are going to be in hot pursuit. So we've got some of these gibbering ghouls, and what are these? These are zombies. Alright, so they have cumbersome. They get 3 1 damage attacks. They're resistant to cold. 5 armor, and they're worth 2 points. So they don't look overly tough. So we could use, with the cumbersome, we can use movement to negate some of their attacks, because they're slow, lumbering zombies. But we're going to end our turn here. And wow, we've got quite a bit to deal with in the next turn, but I think we're pressing. We need to move north, obviously. I have to deal with this graveyard next to me, but we'll see if we can do that next turn. Alright, so I declared end of round because I've got nothing else I can do, right? I'm out of cards, so there's no point in even finishing up Wolfhawk's turns, right? Because she's... really, there's nothing really she can do. So it doesn't matter if she runs out of cards at this stage. So we're going to have to do the basically the cleanup and setup. So I guess we'll start with the advance offer. So she gets a card. These 2 slide down. We draw a new one. This one goes to the bottom. It's blue, so she gets another blue crystal. Right. These slide down, we get a new spell. Fair enough. These guys go away now. But since we revealed a quartile, not a quartile, but a quartile, we get to draw from the gold unit deck, so the elite units. So we're going to alternate drawing. So we've got a gold, a silver, a gold, and a silver. So we've got some interesting new creatures here, or new units. So we've got ice golems, heroes, where you have to pay 2 influence to activate this unit during any assault or an attack on another player. For the heroes, that's interesting. There are 9 influence to recruit. These ice golems are also 8, and they can be gotten at a keep. So the heroes can be actually recruited from the city, as well as the scouts, which are pretty cool. So we have a lot of good options here. And remember, one of our units is still wounded, so we're gonna have to deal with that. But I think that ends the first night of this scenario. We've got it 1 more day and 1 more night to get through quite a bit. So let's see if Brave Valar can do it in time, or if we'll die trying. So again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the playthrough so far. As usual, please feel free to leave comments on any rules that you think weren't properly played, and I'll do my best to at least notate it or correct it for any future videos. But thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and we'll see you for day 2 of the Shades of Tezla expansion for Mage Knight, and hope we're able to keep pressing on in the Realm of the Dead. So see you next time.